if you're just getting into horses, one of the most technical things you're gonna have to learn is how to tack up.
So I've been around horses for about 7 years now, and in that time, I have never tacked up a horse by myself. I think Carmela's gonna show us all how to tack up, and then I'm gonna try to do it.
And for today, I will be using my endurance saddle, but this tacks up the same as a Western saddle would. And I think there's one really tricky part about this saddle that may trick Colin up. Do you know what this is called?
That is a saddle pad.
Yes, that's right. And what do you do before you put the saddle on your horse, Colin?
You brush off your horse, make sure there's no dirt, debris, or tender spots where
Yes,
they might be injured.
That's right. So Tucker has been groomed. Now it's time to tack up. So for the saddle, do I put it back here?
No, you want it more closer up.
Okay.
Is that the withers?
Yeah, back up so they can see. And I'm gonna move it and you tell me when to stop it. Ready?
Okay.
No, 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 no.
Stop.
Right there? Yeah, that's pretty good. This is a special saddle pad where it kind of has a groove cut out for the withers. And so that's a pretty good spot right there.
So as long as his withers is kind of sticking out through that.
Yeah. This is my endurance saddle, AKA kind of like a Western saddle. When you go to put this on your horse, this one is very lightweight. It's only probably like 15 pounds. Usually these saddles are heavy. I always recommend flipping the stirrup over because it's gonna get stuck under the horse, you know, between the horse and the saddle if you're trying to put it on.
Okay.
So like if it was like that and I went to put it on, look how hard and it would get stuck under there.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna flip this up. I'm gonna place this gently on his back. Okay, so there we go. As you can see, you're kind of like, what's going on here? I'm gonna gently put that down to the other side. Not a lot of horses would like you dropping it, so you may need to walk around to the other side and put it down. Then, come here.
Okay.
Look here. Look how like flushed up against him this saddle pad is.
Yes.
I want to pull it up so that it's not like rubbing his withers.
So you want a little space.
Yeah.
Okay.
And with this saddle pad, it's like really weird. It slips down, so I make sure I pull it up a lot.
So he's got a little breathing room right there.
Yes. So now, this girth cinch, as the Western people call it. This is going to go down on the other side.
Okay.
Okay.
He's good just with dropping it.
This is called a latigo. And with the Western saddles, this is where it gets a little confusing because you're going to tie this up. I have always tied it. I never latch it on the hooks because I don't feel like that's secure.
Yeah.
So you pull this under and then you do one loop through.
I need a close-up of this.
Oh yes,
Okay,
so
let's see it.
hold on, Tuck. I'm gonna just loop this strap through this ring. Hold on, Tuck. He likes to wiggle with the girth sometimes.
Okay, so you just pull it all the way through.
Yep, and then depending on how long the strap is, will kind of determine how many times you loop it. So with him, I can usually loop it like twice.
Okay.
So I went through the cinch. I'm gonna go back up through this loop, like that.
All right.
Then I can probably do it one more time where I go back through, like this. All right, I'm gonna let him wiggle a minute. This is part of Tucker's quirky routine. He's always done this. I kind of just let him move around because it's like tightening a belt, you know? You don't want to just go and you're like, ugh. I let him wiggle a little bit and then we tighten it. So now we're going back up to this loop here. What we're gonna do, oh my gosh, Tucker, have you gained weight or something? All right, we're gonna tie this knot, but we want it secure so it doesn't come loose. So think of it as like making a 4.
Okay.
Can you clearly see this?
I'll get a little closer.
Yeah, so we're gonna go in here on this side. So on my left side, pull through.
Okay.
You make a 4 like this,
All right.
and then you're gonna tuck back through.
You move your hands for a second.
So I came back and tucked back through.
Back under, okay.
And then you go under. It's kind of like tying a tie, I think.
Well, how do I know that the latigo is tight enough?
So you always want to check before you get back on. So right now, I know Tucker, he's definitely like blowing out.
Yeah.
But after he's walked around and stood here for a little bit, he'll kind of like relax again and I'll be able to tighten it even more. And so you want like, you know, right now I could fit my whole hand through here, so it is gonna have to be tightened more.
Okay.
Because ideally you get like 4 fingers. He's stood here long enough. I'm gonna tighten it. I'm gonna show you how to tighten it. All you do to tighten is you're gonna take this outer loop that you have here and you're just gonna pull up. And then once you've pulled up, you go up here to this knot and you're gonna just work it like that. And then you pull down.
Okay.
So this is the most complicated part.
Yes, I gather that.
So here's the bridle. To put the bridle on, I like to stand on the left side. And the very first thing you do is you always put the reins over the horse's head because you don't want them running away once you take your halter off, you know?
Yeah.
So you kind of have a grip on them. I'm gonna take his halter off. Okay. Now comes the tricky part. You have to kind of be a little coordinated to get the bit in the mouth and the bridle over the ears. My right hand here, remember I'm on the left side, my right hand here is going under his chin, and I'm going to hold the crown of the bridle with that hand. I'm going to take the bit in my left hand, bring it to his mouth. I'm not going to just force the bit against his teeth because that's actually kind of annoying for him. I'm going to put my thumb here in his mouth in this groove and just kind of wiggle it. And you'll see that causes him to open his mouth. So when I do that and he opens, I'm going to pull my bit in, bring my hands up here, pull it over the ears like so. Then we're just going to kind of straighten everything out.
Yeah.
So my brow band, look how low it is. You kind of want the brow band resting in this groove below their ears. You don't want it like this because it can kind of pinch their ears, but we'll just rest it here. The throat latch, this latch that goes under the horse's throat, it kind of holds the bridle on. I want this to be to where I can fit 4 fingers. There for me, 4 fingers. So I'll do right there. And there you have it. He now tacked up.
All right, now it's my turn.
Okay, here we go.
My turn, here we go.
Starting with the saddle pad.
Saddle pad. Okay, that's too far back.
Yes.
So I'm gonna pull it forward a little bit.
Tucker's like, what are you doing to me?
And his withers is nice and visible.
I would pull it forward just a little bit because when you put the saddle on, it will slip back.
Okay.
That's always something to remember.
Like there.
Yep, all right, getting the saddle out.
Next up, the actual saddle. So
What are you
I'm
gonna
gonna
do?
put this over here.
Yes.
So it doesn't get caught under him. I'm just gonna drop this down because I think it'll be all right.
You know, I didn't ever answer the question, what part of the horse do you put the saddle on? Okay, so here's naked Tucker. So really you wanna find the shoulder blade. I cut my finger earlier. So you can feel the shoulder blade right here and it kind of goes down. Let me zoom out, boop. Kind of goes down. So you just don't want it interfering with the shoulder blade right here. So think about it like right here, my hand is, and that's kind of where you want the front of the saddle, because now I can draw a line like this and not feel that bone.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I think about it. All right, so
You
Colin
really?
put the saddle back on.
I'm gonna check and make sure his shoulder isn't being influenced by this. I think it's a little bit far back still, so I'm just gonna move it forward a little bit.
Okay.
And I feel like that's about good.
I think you need to straighten it. It's kind of leaning to
Leaning
the
this
side.
way? Okay.
Now what's your next step?
Okay, I'm gonna drop this back down again.
Okay.
I'm gonna give him a treat because he's being a good boy. Good job, Tuck. Okay, next up, I forgot to pull this up, so I'm gonna pull this up just a little bit. So there's
You
a
may have
little-
to wiggle it a little bit with the saddle pad.
Okay, I feel like
Yeah, that's
he's
good.
got some room in there now. Now I'm gonna bring the latigo down.
Cinch,
Now I'm gonna bring the cinch down.
aka girth, as we English writers call it.
Man, you really have this wrapped up.
I know, buddy.
Yeah, this wrapped up tight. And then grab the cinch.
Yep.
And then we just hook this under once initially.
Look at where that girth is on his belly. So we want it to be more like, more behind the leg. Like right now, it's,
Like close,
if you were to pull that, that would be really uncomfortable.
closer this way.
Yeah,
Okay, so I'm gonna adjust it in about like there.
yeah, much
Okay.
better.
How tight do I pull it at this point?
Enough to, I would loop it first before you pull it tight because it
Okay.
gets hard to loop
Looping it.
once it's looped once.
All right, I got it at this point. This was the hardest part. I remember something about a 4. So
Do you want to try and wrap it one more time, or are you just gonna go ahead and do the knot? You can do the knot if you want. You don't have to wrap it a second time.
I'd rather just probably go ahead and do the knot.
Okay. Look how loose. I would pull that a little tighter.
Okay.
What was the shape I talked about?
You said a 4.
Yeah.
Around like this, under.
You have the right concept, but you need to come up here.
Go through.
Tucker is begging so bad. He's
Like
bumping me.
this?
Yep. Yep.
And then down and through.
Yep. Okay. He did it.
And tighten. All right. I think for my very first time doing that. Now we need the bridle. I want to put the reins over his head.
Yep.
Before I do anything, because I don't want him to run away. Next, I'm going to take his lead rope off. Okay, that's good. Now, this arm needs to go underneath his head.
Yep.
I need to hold this in this
Oh, wow, yes.
hand. And then
Let's see if you can get the bit
I'm
in
going
his
to get
mouth.
this, use my thumb to kind of get his mouth open a little bit.
Oh, wow, Colin. Colin put his finger in the horse's mouth.
And get that over his ear. Good. We want to make sure this is in the right position. Not too high, not too low. Not going to pinch that ear.
I think you need to walk around and look at this side of him.
Okay. All right. Oh, wow.
There.
Lastly, we need this strapped on.
Oh, Tuck, you little angel.
And we want about 4 fingers, which is about there. Do you usually do second or third?
I do whichever one is the correct.
Okay, Sassy. All right. I think this is right. When you had it on, it looked pretty loose, so that may be right.
Let's walk around and see how you did. Okay, here we go. Bridle. Boom. Saddle. Here is the right side, technically. Let's go to the other. And the left side.
In a perfect world, I would tie this away somewhere, right?
Yeah, I mean, you could do the 2 loops or you could tuck it up into this thing. That was good. I'm going to give you a 7 out of 10.
Hey, that's pretty good. Thank you.
Now it's time to tuck up Ruach.
Oh.
Also, be sure to check out our Etsy store. We have a bunch of cool horse designs. Tucker likes these shirts. Oh, yes, he does. But we also have comfort colors, which are our new shirts. They're super comfy and great for just working around the barn. The link is in the description to our Etsy store. What other horsey things would you like to see Colin try? Comment down below.